Well, hello, it's Susan at Seaside Stitches and welcome to my channel. It's really lovely to be here. I just always have to do this and check that the video is actually working. Yes, I just want to let you know that the washing machine is in blah blah blah. Good morning, and to me it's morning, but there's not much left of it in the time I've taken to have my hair not quite as bushy as it was. Anyway, this is my Friday sews for the 28th of February in 2025. I can't believe where this year is already going. This will be the end of the second month. I'm almost there. I'm just a little bit ahead of time when I'm doing this. I just wanted to say that I am just catching you up with what I've been doing over the last couple of months, and most of that has been catching up with things that hadn't previously fit me. Sorry, I've got one of those where your lip catches in your tooth. Anyway, this last couple of weeks I've had quite a lot of medical interventions and I'm absolutely fine. It's just some things that needed to be investigated, and that's been very helpful. But I just went downstairs then and why have I come down here? What am I doing here? You know, it works. And eventually I realised it was because I was going to put my rings back on. And because I had an MRI scan the other day, it was like not to have anything metal. So I just took everything that I didn't need to have with me and I left my rings at home. And then I realised today, all of a sudden, I wanted them on just because I'm going to be doing a lot of this and a lot of that in talking to you. Okay, so yes, I am fine. Haven't actually found a kind of flow this last month anyway, and it's really hard to kind of fit yourself in then. Anyway, this is not all going to be about medical, but I just wanted to explain that because I was on a dietary regime that had been recommended by my GP, and it wasn't a slimming diet. So when I say I've lost weight, it wasn't because I went on a slimming diet, and even if I had and I did, it's not really anything to judge me by or anyone else by. But I just wanted to explain that over time, I found out that certain things didn't agree with me, and that's why I was having some certain symptoms. So over quite a long period, I did lose quite a bit of weight, and I went down at least a dress size and a little bit more. So I didn't immediately take everything in. I was quite disappointed when I went on holiday, and two of my dresses just were so baggy up here. I just felt so awful that I was so frustrated that I didn't have things with me that fit me well. So, but I wanted to get on with that, but I needed to wait until my weight had stayed consistent for quite some time, because I didn't want to. I know if you're like me, over time we go up, we go down. We're not always the same size, the same bra cup, the same bra size, the same dress size, anything. Sometimes this fits us, but that doesn't fit us that did before. So what I've been spending my time on is just focusing rather than making new all the time, which is quite tempting, isn't it? So I think I've shared this in my previous video, but I don't know if I'd actually finished it. It's the toaster sweater. I will pop pictures in. So it's the toaster sweater by Soho 7, and I did version 1, and I just lengthened the body. I added an inch and a half to the body because I'm tall. I've got a long torso, but for the next one I didn't do that. So I've made this and it went together like a dream. It was really good. I'm really happy with it. It's the kind of fit that I like. I can't remember what size I did, but I did the size nearest to me that was less. I didn't want to go up to do anything because I thought if it's a bit tight on the waist or the hips, then there's some stretch in it, isn't it, in there. So I also took a half inch off the end of the sleeve before I put the cuff on, and I tightened the cuff because I've got very slim wrists. So I tested the cuff as I did the seam allowance on it, and then I just took a bit more in off that. So that was that. And then I am also wearing what began as the proper make, but then as I got through it, I realised I was going to be leaving it as a toile. I'm really pleased with it. It's the best fit I've had in a me-made skirt ever, and I thought I'd achieved that last year on the Sadie skirt from the dressmaker's closet, Jane at the dressmaker's closet. So it was one of her patterns that I did before. This one is the Love Notions Encore skirt, and I'll pop a picture in of the pattern style lines, the front of the pattern, whatever it's supposed to be. Now I just wanted to say that I got stretched denim, and I got it from Hobbycraft, and I was really pleased with it. I'm pleased with the weight of it, I'm pleased with the stretch in it, I'm pleased with the depth of colour in it, and this is it. And I will show you another time. Like I said, I'll put some pictures in, but if you're able to see it in this picture, you will see that it's a bit baggy in the front, and I was responsible for some of that bagginess because I could not get it's a gored skirt, and I couldn't get the seam to press. I'm going to talk about this more in another video, so I'm just going to say for now, this is turned into a toile, but it's a wearable toile, and I'm quite happy with it. It does have some kind of something not quite here from the way I ironed it, the way I pressed it. I was very persistent on getting the seams properly ironed into the proper place, and I did stretch that area. But having said that, I have looked on, when looking at different versions of it on their website, on Love Notions website, in the samples that they sewed, there is definitely something going on along this frontage. So that it's got pockets in it. I'll just do that. And at the moment, I could have said it was finished, but I've just got tacking around, tacking around the bottom of the waistband because I haven't sewn it inside. I've not sewn it inside. So that's going to be finished this afternoon. It's finished to wear. No one would know. If I hadn't fessed up, then you wouldn't have known that wasn't done. The zip is in the side. I would do, if I do make this again, I love how the pockets are integrated. I love the way that you do them. It's not very difficult at all, but they do produce bulk at the side where your pocket, anyway, I'm not going into it, but I found the zip doesn't sit as well as I need it to because I have a very sharp angle there, or curve there. My curve is quite pronounced from my waist out to my hip, and for that to be on a skirt of this thickness, so many layers over the pocket side, it's not best practice for me to try to get a zip in there. And I've got a change of plan. This is very bulky, this seam with where the pocket is, and then it's turned in on itself, and there's quite a lot of bulk, and I don't think sewing a zip to this side of things is going to be very helpful. It's better with just a normal zip, and it pulls, and I could take the zip out and redo it, and I've been shouldn't I, but then this bit at the front means no, I won't. Okay, so what I'm going to do next time, if I make it, is I'm going to split the back piece. I'm going to add seam allowance to it, and I'm going to do a back zip, and I think that should take care of that, because I don't come in and go out as quickly as I go in and out there. Right, that's what I've said about that, and it's far too much, but I have done another one of these in some French terry, which I'll pop some pictures in of that make. I took it to the Sewing Social on Wednesday last week, and I took ages getting sorted. I'd taken my machine with my walking foot on. I couldn't quite get it off because of my, I've got tendonitis just down this thumb and the tendon. And it's a lot better, but sometimes if you're doing a lot of fiddling about, it's a nuisance. So I couldn't quite get my walking foot. I didn't realize it was an issue. It was just, I was aware I was taking quite a lot of time and chatting, and I had a lovely day, a really lovely day. Christine from Gemini Stitches, she runs the Sewing Social, and it's her sister-in-law's venue in Clayton Moors, which is near Accrington, Oswald Twistle. And yes, we like going to Oswald Twistle Mill. It's quite kind of a bargain place, a sales outlet for garments and all sorts of things. That's nearby, but not. But anyway, It's less than an hour's drive from here to there for me, because I live near the seaside. Just, I don't know, 5 minutes walk, 3 minutes walk, depending on how fast I walk, from the actual promenade, and to get onto the beach, it's 5 minutes. So that's why my channel is called Seaside Stitches, because I live by the seaside and I love to sew. And so I'll come back to what I was saying, and I'm sorry, but this is my style. I just jump about because that's who I am. I have a grasshopper mind. It jumps from here to here. If I haven't finished what I was saying before and I've leapt off, sometimes I come back to finish what I was saying before. So if you need to go, you need to go. That's fine by me. I'm fine about it. If you can follow me, it's lovely. Some people do. And I'd love to hear a comment from you in the comments section. It'd be lovely if you interacted with me. Thank you very much for that if you do. So I've been altering garments is what I'm trying to say. So I have actually overwhelmed myself, and I may put a video in, a little clip of my overwhelm, really. So I've got myself a bit overwhelmed, you could say. And I'm looking very carefully at using what I have, not necessarily just this year, but using what I have, and seeing if I can make things out of what I have rather than just passing them on. And I've got myself into a little bit of a pickle because I've got quite a few using what I have projects going at the moment, in terms of having 3 or 4 things here that I'm determined to finish. A couple of whips and a dress that I've taken sleeves out, another dress I've taken sleeves out of downstairs. Why have I taken sleeves out of a dress? So that I can take the dress in at the side, and also so that I can bring the sleeve up. Yes, because everything changes. When you move something, you move something else. And I've got one dress that I'm working particularly on at the moment. I have been working on at the moment. I've managed to get that in a really nice fit for me. And it's really kind of I don't know if you'll understand, it's a bit of a shimmy on it. It's kind of, I've left a bit of looseness because it feels really comfortable, and it's a bit like secret pajamas, but looks a lot better than pajamas. And I've got another one that I'm in the process of doing the same thing too, but that one was already quite fitted, so when I take that in, that will remain as fitted as it was, if you know what I mean. So I've got pairs of sleeves all over the place, and and this is my only at the moment, the thing that I started in January, that I still haven't done the cuffs, and I haven't put the hem on, but I'm really not rushing for it, so it's just sitting there. It is the Nico top from True Bias. All right, so my priority is I'm making a bag, just a small bag. I wanted to make a bag, and I have one of the little crossover bags that you can just put your phone in, some money and your keys or something, and there's not much weight to it, which sounds like, oh, that's great, that's fabulous, but I find that I'm not aware that I've got it on. So if it were to be snipped or whatever, I worry that, or I've left it in a cafe, or I've done something, I wouldn't know I'm missing it. You know, normally with your handbag, your shoulder bag, whatever you've got, you're aware that you've not got that weight on your shoulder, you've not got that. So I wanted to do something like that, but with a little bit more weight to it, a little more substance, and to carry just a little bit more. So it's not like one of my Biani Bow Me Over bags. It's just quite a small crossbody bag. This is one that I made the year before last. I took it with me to the Harrogate Knitting and Stitching Show in 2023, and yeah, so that's lovely. And I like to keep them about when I'm actually making another bag, because I can check on different ways I've done things, and yeah, so that's why that's just at my feet at the moment. So I think that really is all I have to tell you. I think I've said this is my Friday sews for the 28th of February, and I want to thank Jen so much for setting up the hashtag Friday Sews, because there's so many opportunities for us to get to know us vloggers, to get to know other vloggers, and meet the people that they have on their comment section, and also for us to be, for members of the audience, the public, the people who are looking for a specific sewing related kind of format, which is usually mostly in the form of a chat. When I first watched Friday Sews, I thought, because when I first picked up, I came back into sewing in 2020, and when I was looking for specific tutorials showing me, reminding me about different presser feet, different techniques, different ways of doing things, and then so I was all in the kind of productive, structural kind of videos, and then I'd see an odd Friday Sews and I'd think, but nobody sews. They talk for half an hour, 20 minutes, half an hour, but they don't actually sew anything. And I was really, really confused. But this is the format that Jen kind of created, or you don't have to always do that. And sometimes some people do so, and sometimes, but a lot of the time it's just a chat. We're getting to know you, you're getting to know us. It's a bit of a review of what we've been up to, what we're wearing, what we're wanting to make. It's not a serious plans video or a specific fabric haul or anything really. Nothing specific about it except chat, loosely related to sewing, possibly more related to sewing than medical things. Okay, so I think for now I'm going to say that's me for now. So thank you ever so much for watching. I've been Susan at Seaside Stitches, and I wish you well. Bye for now.